11 PM our time last night.
He set up the site. She's in Australia.
Hey, Rosie.
Hello, Mike. How you going?
All right, how you going?
Where's Jen?
Huh? Where's Jen? Oh,
Yeah.
she's home. Resting after her
Demos,
job.
She doesn't come to demos?
Sometimes, mostly not. So, which part of the 99% are you?
Which part of the 99%? Oh, I'm not sure. Is there an answer to that one?
I don't know. I see the police cops are here.
Yes, there's some very chatty ones actually. I mean, despite the fact that they brought a paddy wagon along.
Well, they'll have to stop it all. After all, this is Chogam week.
Put that in your pocket.
Right in my pocket.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, which part of the 99% are you?
The bottom part, probably.
The bottom part. All right, the bottom part.
No, I think I'm one of these Colin Barnett's professional protesters. That's why I wore my Armani suit today.
Oh, the professional protester.
I'm waiting. My check must have got held up in the mail because I haven't got it. And where's my check, Colin?
Yeah, I never understand how we always miss those checks. Must be the balances or something. I don't know.
Most important starting point is acknowledging where we are and the land that we're on. And I'm looking at this beautiful man over here, and he's hiding from us. But if you feel like you'd like to come forward, I'd love to have you. But we're starting this occupation movement, kicking off today. And it's important we all acknowledge, the occupation of this land. And so I really wanted to have someone here to play some ditch and to do a proper welcome, but unfortunately that hasn't quite come about. Has anyone got a suggestion how we can acknowledge that?
Moment silence.
Aboriginal land always was, always will be Aboriginal land. 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 We want our say.
What we thought we'd do next, we've got a very rough outline here today of what we're trying to do. We're calling this a General Assembly. If none of you have seen what that is, this is going to be a very rough attempt to do that here today. I'll get Luke to talk about this.
Yeah, we're going to try and use what on Wall Street has been called the people's mind. So the idea is, to start this off, we're going to introduce ourselves and why we think we're the 99%. And one person, I guess it'll probably be me to start with, will stand here and I'll say one line and you'll repeat back to me that line, and we'll continue doing that, and we'll go for maybe preferably one page or less for every person who wants to do it. But if you feel you're the
In the first
year alone,
In the first year alone,
the bank took $28,000
the bank took $28,000
in interest alone.
in interest alone.
We are the 99%.
We are the 99%,
And you probably are too.
and you probably are too.
Thank you.
Mic check. Okay. I live a very privileged life.
A very privileged life.
I don't have much to complain about.
I don't have much to complain about.
But I don't like what's happening.
But I don't know what's happening
In the rest of the world.
in the rest of the world.
This is important.
This is important.
This is a moment
This is a moment
that we can all agree
that we can all agree
that we are here,
that we are here,
human beings,
human beings,
to make a difference.
to make a difference. Yeah.
Would anyone else like to have something to say?
Something to say.
There's a beautiful island called Sri Lanka,
There's a beautiful island called Sri Lanka,
but it's a dangerous place.
but it's a dangerous place.
If you're a peasant or a worker,
If you're a peasant or a worker,
or a student or a journalist,
or a student or a journalist,
or a human rights activist,
or a human rights activist.
and 2 years ago,
And 2 years ago,
40,000 civilians
40,000 civilians
were killed in 2 months
were killed in 2 months
by the government of
by the government of
President Rajapaksa,
President Rajapaksa,
who is coming to Perth.
who is coming to Perth.
And our politicians
And our politicians
want to sniff his farts.
want to sniff his farts.
And I say no.
And I say no.
That's why I'm going to the Choggum protest. Anyone else?
Greedy lot
Corporate rich, greedy lot
who are currently trashing the planet
who are currently trashing the planet
and are occupying the air
and occupying the air
with their carbon dioxide
with
pollution.
their carbon dioxide pollution.
I think it's time we're brought to account. I think
It's time we're brought to account.
we are the 99%.
We are the 99%.
And we need a safe climate.
And we need a safe climate.
How will your life be
How would your life be
when the same people you trust to protect you
when the same people you trust to protect you
are the same people that want your soul?
are the same people who want your soul?
You have to protect yourself
You have to protect yourself
by educating yourself
by educating yourself
about what's really going on.
about what's really going on. Take money out of politics.
Or we will tear your precious system limb from limb.
Oh, we will tear the precious system from limb to limb.
Viva la revolution!
Viva la revolution!
Mic check!
Mic check.
Look around for a minute.
Look around for a minute.
About 2 months ago,
About 2 months ago,
who would have thought they would be here right now?
who would have thought they'd be here right now?
Who would have thought they would have been a part
Who would have thought they would have been a part
of a day of international action
of a day of international action
involving millions of people
involving millions of people
around the world?
around the world?
This is happening in Perth.
This is happening in Perth,
Sleepy Perth,
sleepy Perth,
and around Australia.
and around Australia.
We call ourselves Occupy Perth
We call ourselves Occupy Perth
in solidarity with Wall Street
in solidarity with Wall
Street.
And what's happening elsewhere as well.
And what's happening elsewhere as well.
We are doing this.
We are doing this
in recognition.
in recognition.
We are the 99%.
We are the 99%
In Perth.
in Perth
And around the world.
and around the world.
And the 1%.
And the 1%
are in Perth.
are in Perth
And everywhere else.
and everywhere else.
Where people are feeling this injustice.
When people are feeling this injustice.
In countries that call themselves.
In countries that call themselves
Model democracies.
Model democracies.
The vast majority. In all of these countries.
in all of these countries
Feel alienated from the process.
Feel alienated from the process
Of decision making. Politically.
decision making.
Economically.
The
The significance of this movement.
significance of this movement
is to awaken within that 99%. That this is not how things should be.
that this is not how things should be.
And when that realization is made,
And when that realization is made,
that 99%
that 99%
will realize
Will
how
real-
small 1% of the population is.
the population is.
too
And
long.
how unjust that situation is.
And how unjust that situation is.
So we need to come together.
We need to come together
and decide
And decide
how best to express the interest
how best to express the interest
of a global 99%.
of a global 99%. Luckily, I'm part of the 1%.
I have more than I need.
I have more than I need.
When we talk about solutions,
When we talk about solutions,
I want to build a world where everyone has enough,
I want to build a world where everyone has enough,
but not too much.
but not too much.
The most important thing
The most important thing
is to have control of our lives,
is to have control of our lives,
of the political decisions that shape them,
of the political decisions that shape them.
and the economic structures